Hey guys, it's John from That DIY Couple. I'm here in Atlantic City in front of my biggest renovation project ever. Okay, so we're inside. This is the house that we bought. As you can see, there's a lot of construction going on around me. I want to take you guys back to 2019 when we first purchased this house. We bought this house for $150,000 in August of 2019. We're about 200 feet away from the beach in the inlet section of Atlantic City. And I want to take you guys back to how the house looked when we first got it. It was a sort of hoarder situation where the owner just kept all the things that they had ever bought, lived in here for about 40 or 50 years. And so we had a lot of work to do to clean it out and demo it. So we're going to go back to 2019, take a look at how it was when we were cleaning it out. Then I'll bring you back to the present day, tell you how we got here, and tell you what I'm going to do with it going forward. This is the first floor. Basically demoed all the walls on the first floor and they're now on the floor. This is the bedroom. This is kind of the remains of the kitchen. This is the rear bedroom right here. And the bathroom we kept because we wanted to be able to use the bathroom during the project. We moved it up here. This is our extremely makeshift covering for the window that we had to break to get out trash. Up here on the second floor, we have the rooms that were once bedrooms and now are just frames of a bedroom. So we took down a lot of vinyl sheeting. We still have a lot of big bulky items because the dumpster is totally full. I'll show that after. This is the bathroom, one of the bedrooms. It smelled horrible when we started, but just kind of taking stuff out, carpets and whatever has made it smell a little bit better. So once we finished all the demolition that you just saw, it took us about 12 months to get permits to do the work inside of this house. And that's because of one major reason, which is zoning. So in every city across the country, probably across the world, there are zoning laws which tell you what you can and can't do in your property. For example, the reason why you can't build a skyscraper in the middle of your residential block is because the zoning doesn't permit that type of construction. Where we are right here in this part of Atlantic City, the zoning laws were changed in 2017 to make it so that single family homes were not permitted. That's actually a big problem for us because our plan with this home is to build it into an amazing short-term rental paradise. We're gonna have multiple bedrooms, multiple bathrooms, amazing views of the city, amazing views of the ocean and the beach, and we think it's going to be an amazing opportunity for people to come and enjoy their weekends or whatever over the summer. As you guys know from watching some other videos, I'm really big on short-term rentals. I've talked a lot about that in past videos, and I'm going to do a few more videos about that going forward. However, it doesn't work if we're not able to do it as a single-family home, because if we need to subdivide the house into multiple apartments, each apartment is going to be really small and not going to be very appealing on a platform like Airbnb. What the city wanted us to do with this house is convert it into a three-family, because that is a permitted use in the zoning. So at that point, we had two options. We could either A, get a variance, which is an exception to the zoning laws, or B, argue that our use of the property was grandfathered in, that it had existed before the zoning laws made the single family home, in this case, impermissible. So we tried to do both simultaneously. To get a variance is actually very hard, very time consuming and very difficult. You have to argue that your use of the property is somehow okay, despite the law saying that it's not. So you could argue, for example, that it blends in with the other buildings in the neighborhood, or somehow it's a good contribution despite the fact that it's actually not permitted by law. To do this requires hiring an attorney, an architect, an engineer, thousands of dollars, drawings, plans, all sorts of stuff. And we did all that. We got about 6 or 7 months into that process before we realized that we could actually apply for what's called a certificate of non-conforming use. That is to say we were grandfathered in. The second option, grandfathered in, because the use of this property as a single family home predated when the zoning laws made that illegal. We actually found the owner of the home that we bought it from. He was living in a different country, he's elderly, and found him, had him sign an affidavit stating that he'd always used the home as a single family home, which we believe was true. Submitted that to the city with a bunch of other evidence and drawings, looking at old atlases, looking at how the house was originally built, and we finally got approved. It took about easily a year to go through this entire process, very difficult and very frustrating, but the good news is that we're now in the midst of the renovation. So right now we're doing framing, as you can see around us. All the framing in this house essentially is new except for the exterior walls. I would call this a gut renovation. So we've torn down everything, all the interior walls, all the plumbing, all the electrical work, all the existing HVAC work, and we're doing that all brand new. We're actually redoing the roof as we speak, which is why half of the house doesn't have a roof as I'm filming this. But we think this renovation is going to cost $250,000, which is a tremendous amount of money. In fact, just saying that almost makes me afraid. But given that we bought the property for about $150,000, we're going to put $250,000 into it, we'll be sort of all into the property $400,000. And again, we're 200 feet away from the beach here in Atlantic City. You can actually see one of the casinos behind us. So a lot of things to do and a lot of reasons that you want to be here. Our plan again is to do this as a short-term rental. We think this is going to do really well, doing really great as a short-term rental. So you might ask, what does $250,000 actually get us? Well, we're redoing all the electrical work, all the plumbing work. We're doing a huge new deck on the outside of the property that's going to have these panoramic views of the ocean in Atlantic City. We rebuilt the porch, we're redoing the roof entirely, and we're putting in a bunch of new bedrooms and bathrooms. We're totally changing the layout of the house. So what I'm going to do is take you guys around the house, show you what's going on. All the wood that you see that's light colored, that's new framing that we did up here in the third floor of the building. This is actually going to be the living area. And the reason why is because, as you can see here, you can actually see the ocean right out there from, this is going to be where the kitchen is. I thought that'd be a really cool feature for people who are here to be able to see the ocean outside. So we got the kitchen behind me. Over here, we have kind of the living room, sitting area, and then we have the master bedroom and 2 bathrooms up here, like a master bathroom and then a half bathroom that's going to be for the sitting area and the living area. But as you can see right now, it's all wide open. I don't know if you can see the ocean behind me because of the light, but it's all wide open. It's cold because we're in the middle of November and windy, but we're doing even more work on the second floor and the first floor, and I'll show you guys right now. Go down here on the second floor, you can hear the generator going, but again, a bunch of framing down here, all new framing everywhere, all over the place. This is going to be a deck, but right now there's nothing because we're putting on a special material for the roof that's going to be below the deck. Obviously I have to fix the siding here. So again, new framing for the remainder of the deck. The deck's actually going to extend out a little bit further. So from the top floor, which is where we just were, we're going to have a deck, be able to see these amazing panoramic views of the ocean. And you walk right into this area here on the second floor. This is a bedroom right here, bathroom right there, another bedroom here, bathroom here, and then 2 more bedrooms. So 4 big bedrooms on this floor. That's going to be great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tour of the house. We're almost done with framing, almost done with the roof. After that comes the mechanical work. So plumbing, electrical, HVAC stuff. After that, we finally put up the sheetrock. So I'm gonna take you guys through in the future videos about how this project goes, but I hope you like this look at this project. $250,000, so we're gonna see how it turns out. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. I'm gonna take you guys through this house in the future, show you how we're progressing. But until then, do good and always make things better.